Delanco Township Committee meeting of March 3rd, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Delanco Township Municipal Building, 770 Coopertown Road, Delanco, New Jersey.
Take two.
Take two, yeah.
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. Roll call, please, Janice.
Mr. Bartlett.
Still here.
Mrs. Patrick.
Here.
Mr. McFadden.
Here.
Mr. Olet.
Here.
Ms. Seuss.
Here, thank you. Also present, Mr. Schwab, our Township Administrator, Mr. Fox, our Township Engineer, Mr. Heinhold, our Township Solicitor, Mrs. Lohr, our Municipal Clerk, Mrs. Russell, our Deputy Municipal Clerk, Mr. Fenimore, Superintendent of Public Works, Mr. Waring, our Acting Police Chief, and please rise for the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine and live stream statement, please.
Please be advised that proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act in the following manner. Written notice has been mailed to the Burlington County Times and Courier Post and published in the December 30th, 2024 editions. Written notice has been posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Delanco at least 48 hours prior to the meeting. This meeting of the Delanco Township Committee may be transmitted via live stream on YouTube video. The streaming of the meeting is not intended to be relied upon as formal public access under the Open Public Meetings Act, and if the technology is disrupted for any reason, the Township meeting will proceed in person as an official meeting in accord with the official notice.
Thank you. First on the agenda tonight, we have Resolution 2025-46, Resolution of the Committee of the Township of Delanco, County of Burlington, New Jersey, authorizing the appointment of Chief of Police, Basil Warren. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. McFadden, second by Ms. Fitzpatrick. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bartlett.
Unequivocally, yes.
Mrs. Patrick.
Of course, yes.
Mr. McFadden.
Yes.
Mr. Olet.
Yes.
Ms. Seuss.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. I will now administer the oath of office to Chief Basil Warren. Oath of office, State of New Jersey, County of Burlington, Township of Delanco. I, Basil Warren III.
I, Basil Warren II.
Who's the first? You're fired. Basil Warren II. Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to do the same
to do the same
and to the government established
as the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of
all the duties of the office of
Chief of Delanco Police Department,
Chief of the Land Police,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Speech.
Well, thank everyone for coming out, family and friends. Love you, bro. Welcome to everyone. Chief John Harris, we did it. Yes. We're so happy and thankful. Just looking forward to meeting this department. We had a great group of guys, and we're just a great place. For Delanco Township and their support. Thank everybody for coming out. And,
Yes. Thank you and congratulations. We are so excited to have you as chief, and our township is very lucky to have you be at the event. So thank you very much for taking the job.
Mayor, since my turn, the next portion will be for.
Yes, you are up next.
Yeah, I'm up here.
Yes,
Do it at the
please.
microphone there.
So we are going to have, up next on our agenda, we have a special presentation, our annual Lawrence C. Stearns Officer of the Year Award, presented to Patrolman Jacob Lusner.
So I was fortunate, it's really easy making a decision this year for this award. This is Patrolman Jacob Lusner. 2 years, he's done an amazing job. He hasn't missed a day of work yet at all. But no, he's done great. In the last year, he led our department every category statistically, including overtime. He's always looking to help, ask questions, and he definitely was deserving of this recipient of this award. So without further ado, Jacob, congratulations to being in 2024 Lawrence C. Stearns Officer of the Year.
Yep.
And the mayor's successor.
Congratulations, Patrolman Lusner.
Carolyn, do it by the microphone.
Yes. Congratulations, Patrolman Jacob Lusner. I have a proclamation to issue to you this evening, honoring you as the recipient of the Lawrence C. Stearns Officer of the Year Award. Whereas it is the desire of the Township of Delanco to recognize Patrolman Jacob Lusner for his dedication and commitment to the Township of Delanco's Police Department, the residents of the Delanco community, and his profession as the recipient of the Lawrence C. Stearns Officer of the Year Award. Whereas Jacob Lusner was hired in March 2023 and currently serves as patrolman. And whereas Patrolman Lusner exhibits a positive work ethic coupled with an encouraging attitude as a police officer. And whereas Patrolman Lusner's competence together with his character and desire to learn and embrace new training opportunities demonstrates his ability to grow, thrive in our police department. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Township Committee of the Township of Delanco that Jacob Lusner is hereby commended for his accomplishments as the recipient of the Lawrence C. Stearns Officer of the Year Award, in witness whereof the Mayor, myself, Deputy Mayor, and committee persons have caused these present to be executed and the seal of the Township of Delanco affixed on this 3rd day of March 2025. Congratulations, Patrolman.
And the chief quit already.
Yes. We're going to take a quick 5-minute recess to allow everyone to head out of here. Although it's going to be a really fun meeting if you want to stay. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Have a
Are you
great
leaving?
night.
Have a good night.
Enjoy.
Go enjoy. Thank you. Do you want, wait, hold on. Do you want to take a quick picture for the, yeah, B, sorry. That thing's just... You open that door, Beth?
Yeah.
All right,
Still noisy.
let's continue on. Meeting is back in session. And it's going to be our public comment session. So the meeting is open to the public for comments and questions. This is session 1. Please state your name, come up to the podium, and address, please.
Oh, yeah. Gotta push it. There we go.
Anyone? Seeing no one, we'll close this session to the public. Move on to comments and reports. Professionals, we'll start with Mr. Fox.
Thank you, Mayor. I think, everyone has a copy of my report, but I'll bring you date on the projects.
I can't hear you. You have to move, like, put the microphone. Yeah. No.
No?
There you go. That's better, thanks.
The 2024 local aid project, that is the DOT grant that we received for Hickory and Chestnut Streets. The plans are done, they've been approved by DOT, so they're all ready to go out to bid. I'll be talking with the staff, Victor and Janice, to find out whether that's needed to advertise and receive bids, but they're all ready to go, so within the next few weeks we'll be advertising that project.
And that's for the spring paving we want to do.
Correct, it'll start in the spring when plants reopen, which are getting ready to reopen now. So that'll be within the next couple of months that'll be started.
Okay.
The 2024 local money road program, we met with the subcommittee and we switched things on it. And initially that was going to include Delaware Avenue from Walnut to Hazel, and then also 2nd Street. We took 2nd Street off that project and we're going to now do Delaware from Cedar to Hazel. So that whole stretch of Delaware, which is underneath the road going down. The 2024 CDBG grant, that's the handicap grant replacement project that has been done, it's out to bid. My report has the dates when we're going to be receiving bids, which is next week. We'll be awarding the bid on the 17th, beginning of the 17th, and anticipate construction to start around April 7th or so. I'll give you a list. That project includes 15 ramps, and what we have in there is we have alternates. So if the bid's coming higher, we still award it, and if it's coming cheap, we can award the alternates. And once the bids come in, we'll discuss it with the staff and do our recommendation on what ramps we want to do with the amount of money that we see for the grant. So at your next meeting, I'll have a list for you of what ramps are actually going to be getting done. The 200 Ash Street, as you know, we applied for the HDSRF grant. We were approved by DEP for that. There's 2 stages of that grant. Has to go to the Economic Development Agency, New Jersey Economic Development Agency, now for their approval, because they're the ones that actually disperse the funds. But DEP approved it and they sent their approval to the Economic Agency. I had a phone call into them and have not heard anything back, which is not surprising. I'll have people on to see when they do this. It's not a quick process generally, but it's in the works and it will be happening. The Zoo Brook, Woodfront Park, that project is out to bid as well. On my report has the schedule. Same thing, we're going to receive bids on the 12th. We'll award them on the meeting on the 17th. The next meeting is going to award that project. I believe the bids come in proper. And we expect to start construction around the same time as the ramps, which is April 7th or so. And the deadline for completion on that, as part of the specification, is June 27th. So the contractor has to be done, including price list and all the work by June 27th. And that's all I have for my report.
Thank you, Harry. You did submit your cost estimate for 401 Creek Road for the inspections.
Yes.
So,
I gave an estimate, but I didn't fill out a formal proposal yet, which I certainly can do. If you're okay with the number?
has the work commenced yet on that? Or are you waiting for our approval?
No, we've already started.
Okay.
We don't want to hold things up, so yes, we've already started, and done some research, which I'm not too sure, I don't know how much I should say in the public.
We're just talking about due diligence review with respect to the inspections for purchasing 401 Creek. So, ERI has provided a figure for the estimated costs associated with that. Mayor, I think the discussion was, as long as they know to proceed with that, we're in good shape. And then I guess, Harry, you'll give a formal proposal, and you guys can approve it formally at the next meeting.
Okay, perfect.
But as long as they're moving forward, we're in good shape.
Yeah, as far as the details, we can talk about that at our subcommittee meeting.
Yep, not bad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Heinhold.
That's a nice segue right into 401 Creek. For the people who are following what's happening with 401 Creek, the township is under contract now as of February 10th. The anticipated target closing date is June 10th. And obviously we have a number of due diligence items to go through. Most importantly, the engineering environmental review type issues that we were just talking about, but there are a number of other things related to title, survey, and other contract requirements that both the Sellers Council and we are working through. But that process thus far is moving forward quite well, and we'll keep obviously everybody updated as we move through that process. And that's really what I want to talk about in terms of public discussion tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Schwab, Township Administrator.
Okay, thank you. Actually, as a follow-up to what Doug's talking about, 401, our bond council prepared bond ordinance to introduce at your next meeting. So we'll get that started so we have the funds available for the June 10th closing. That's number one. Number two, we got our notice from the organization that goes out to bids for electric supply, for, in the state, it's like a joint insurance fund, and they've gone out to bids, and we're supposed to receive them April 1st. They will receive them, let us know what they are. Some years, believe it or not, the statewide bid is no better than what PSE&G is providing. So one of the things to note is that it's not necessarily a reduction over last year. We dropped down by 15% to what it was when we started doing this, and now we're at that level. If we hadn't done it, we'd be paying 15% more. So we continue to work through that. I got a notice from the New Jersey court system that they're doing their annual inspection of our municipal court in the end of March. They do this every year. We always get a great report, and I'm sure we'll get the same thing when this one's done. I think that's, Fern, you're going to talk about the no, it's not on this agenda. Just so you know, the Burlington County cross-acceptance planning process that Fern is spearheading, working with our planner, we finally got the notice on all the survey information that they need by the end of March, and that Fern will work with Bev and our planner to make sure that everything's submitted for the statewide plan process called the cross-acceptance process.
Beverly Russell's a big help in helping to put that information together. I looked at some of the stuff. It's a little bit over my head, but she's helping me through it, and I think in one respect she might be taking the lead on some of this stuff. So thank you, Mrs. Russell.
And then we're moving forward each week doing stuff on the budget. If everything goes wonderfully, we could introduce it as early as the 17th. If not, we'll introduce it April 7th meeting. So we continue to have budget meetings as often as we need them. So it's a tough process, and hopefully we'll get through it not too distant future. That's all I have.
Can we make it warmer in here? I feel like the air conditioning is on. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, department heads. We only have one. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Fenimore.
Yes. We put out a half a ton of patch, potholes. We put a sign back up at Newton's Landing, the big sign that the wind grabs and wiggles until it breaks, and then tractor and trailer ran it over. So, we removed 3 trees at West Avenue. That's the only trees we really had in town. We had a lot of brush come down, but, no, thank God no trees were down. We put up 1 handicap sign. We cleaned all the storm drains along the river, and we're cleaning storm drains now. We're up to 26 storm drains. We're cleaning out. We got the leaf turned. We put up the exhaust port at the trailer where the gator for the police is gonna go. And both of the ball fields were done, cleaned up and raked up and dragged the infields, and so the fields are, which is a first for us, usually takes us sometime in March, the end of March, to get done all this. But the weather was good last week and we kicked through it. And that's it.
Thank you.
One other thing, while you're talking
Sure.
about 401 Creek, you know, they had that line go down there, and it blew the water meter out. I don't know, you knew that?
In front of Keith Morman's
Okay.
property?
It actually burned a hole in the street, and I mean, it made a big hole. But where it run to, I guess the water line runs along there. Okay, you can see in the driveway apron how it cooked the line and went right to the water meter there. And I guess it blew it out.
That explains why
So-
American Water was out there the next day.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we should make sure that we get checked on is that sewer line, because there's a force main there. And that's probably plastic, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I forget.
Yeah.
So if that burnt, I mean, it burnt a line of asphalt like you wouldn't believe. And why it would burn that, something had to be there. So just make sure we get it checked out.
I'll check it out.
It was actually burning under the asphalt. I was out there for 8 hours while we were waiting for PSE&G to come so we could put the fire out that it burned. And it was
8
8 hours
hours.
we were waiting on PSE&G.
Yeah, so that's probably why it continued to burn all that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It was live.
Unbelievable.
We couldn't put the
I know.
fire out because the wire was live. It was 13,000 volts.
Why couldn't they get out there sooner?
There, it was a
They sent the
destruction
gas guy out.
everywhere. Yeah.
They sent the gas guy who said, it's electric, I can't do
Yeah.
There was all the trees came down that night. and-
everywhere
Yeah.
throughout the county.
The county was hit hard. While we're talking about storm drains, sorry, did you have something else
No.
to say?
Nope.
Harry, have you talked to, the people with Newton's Landing?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Realty?
I did, I spoke with, I think it was George, and he is going to look into it, get back to me by Wednesday. He's indicating that they feel that they only damaged 2 of the 3 of the inlets. They're saying the third one was already damaged. It didn't look like that way to me when I first looked at them, but we've got to take another look at it and see. There may have been an old crack in one that they just made worse, but that's their indication, that there's one of the inlets that they don't think they're responsible for.
Did you think it's 3?
It is 3.
You're gonna have to have that argument then.
I thought it was more than that.
Well, there's more than that that are damaged, that are missing pieces of the metal. The last snowstorm that we had was just those 3.
And there's actually, the good thing about it all is, I guess, is that the heads are not the proper heads for stormwater management. So they should have been replaced, and should be replaced anyway.
Hmm.
So it's kind of a blessing that they're gonna have to replace it, and it won't cost the town any money.
Yeah.
But,
So they'll have to submit their plans to us before they can install.
that's what I told them, that they have to, we want to inspect their work, and they have to propose on what they're going to be doing first, and then we will approve that or not, and inspect the work as they do it.
Is there any kind of building permit they have to get for that, or it's just an engineering sign-off? Okay,
Exactly, yeah.
great. Thank you. Is that it, John?
So
No.
are they qualified to do that, Karen? Do they have an engineer or somebody, or is it necessary?
No, there's no need for an engineer, but they'll have to get a contractor that does drainage work.
Right, yeah.
You know, they're not going to be able to just do it themselves.
Right.
But they'll submit that to me, and if we don't agree with what they're going to do, we won't proceed and.
Okay.
And would you be out there during the install, make sure there's no damage underneath and?
Yes, because there at least on 2 of them, the block has been damaged as well.
Right.
So it's not just the frame and grate.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
frame and grate, and we do top probably 2 courses of block.
Okay,
So yes, I'll make sure that they do it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep us posted after Wednesday.
I just don't understand how they lifted the whole head up, left the head up like this in the air,
Yeah.
and it was unbelievable.
He thinks the skid steer did it.
Oh, it did, that's definitely what did it.
Skid steer, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like a Bobcat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little tiny thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, John?
No.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda items. Consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted with a single motion. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. Does anyone wish to remove anything? Hearing nothing. Resolution 2025-47, appointing municipal court judge for 3-year term. Resolution 25-48, resolution requesting permission for the dedication by rider donations for the Township of Delanco's 100th anniversary celebration, required by NJSA 40A:5:29. Resolution number 2025-49, amending the rates for outside employment of police officers. Payment of bills. Account out of the current fund, $661,952.22. Payroll, $67,322.49. Approval of consent agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Matt, second by Kate. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bartlett?
Yes.
Mrs. Patrick?
Yes.
Mr. McFadden?
Yes.
Mr. Olet?
Yes.
Ms. Seuss?
Yes, thank you. Correspondence, please.
None, thank you.
All right. Meeting is open to the public for comments and questions. This is session 2. Please come up to the podium, state your name and address, please.
Feeling okay, Ray?
Are you all right? No, he just sends emails now. Seeing none, I'll close this session 2 to the public. We have discussion items, new township seal design. Matt?
Yeah, as we talked about last year, I think it was early last year, and I'll pass this out. This is just a rough sketch. Pretty much every town around here, throughout the state, everywhere, has a township seal, and we don't.
Yeah, like some way to figure out where we are in the courtroom?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's 2 desks.
Pass it down. And this was just a very rough design. I have not done anything with it except just put it together.
I think we have to change it to 1852, though.
1852?
Yeah, that's when we were technically established.
See, we were
going back and
when I
forth
talked
with that,
with
right?
Janice about that,
We decided that it would be 19.
Okay.
For the 100th
Yeah.
anniversary.
Okay, gotcha.
I took your design and I sent it to a graphic artist, Susan Matera, because I thought maybe she could give us a little input.
Okay.
So I sent it to her because I just thought that it would be nice to have it done by a graphic artist.
Okay, I've taken graphic art class.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the basis of the design, the eagle represents the eagles that are native to our riverfront and throughout the town. The tree represents us being a tree city. The two wavy lines represents our creek and our river, of course, and the sunset obviously represents the marvelous sunsets we have every evening here over the river. So,
And the creek.
and it's,
In the wintertime, right? Yeah.
there's a lot of them throughout the
There's
walls of
just
this
a
courtroom now,
couple pictures.
so people in the audience can see what we came up with. And this is just the concept.
Yeah. I think it's a
Welcome
good.
anyone's feedback, of course.
Yeah, some of the feedback that I got was just that where the sunset and the water is
Mhm.
might just be a little busy with all the colors there and the lines. So if we can incorporate that in some other way, a little less busy.
Yeah, it's a little busy.
Because I think it just takes your eyes to there. So maybe just
Yeah, we could shade
figure that
the
out.
different colors.
But I think it's cool to have the state of New Jersey behind us there.
Yeah, maybe it should be outlined a little bit more. But anyway, I did
The state
take the
line.
liberty to send it to Susan. I didn't know you had taken courses.
That's okay. I welcome
her
welcome her feedback as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'll put this here in case anybody wants to come up afterwards and look at it. Thanks for taking the initiative on that, though, because we definitely
Sure.
want to have something. And our hope was to get a big vinyl of it and put it behind this big white wall so that it doesn't look so industrial in here. We like colors. We brightened up the place with some artwork, so I'm trying to make it a little more welcoming.
Were you an interior designer also?
I didn't say interior, I said graphic.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
he's
her.
saying she sees
Talk about
butts
her.
and chops.
Yeah.
Like, was I an interior designer? Okay, so we have our next discussion item. It's going to be our 25 budget preparation discussion. So if we want to, we're going to take a brief recess so we can gather our documents. And I think the decision was made to go back to the conference room. It's just a little easier for us to discuss numbers that way. So it's still going to be a public meeting, so you guys are welcome to join us in the conference room if you want. But we're probably going to be in there for an hour or two discussing budget stuff and trying to finalize our numbers, tightening up some line items, so the minimal tax increase to residents. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to take a brief, 5-minute break. We'll reconvene back in the meeting room at 10 of.